Hello, my furry friends. My name is Fuzzy Cub, and welcome back to Mystical Block. So I'm just moving my stuff downstairs because I need to get this stuff plugged into my brand new storage system, being this one over here that we made at the end of last episode. So I'm popping down here and I'm putting all of my drawers down here, and I'm going to connect this drawer controller all the way over to there with an external storage. And that will mean that I'll be able to access everything in this system behind me in my storage system. Eventually in today's episode we probably will end up getting the wireless thing set up so we can wirelessly get stuff from our system, but for now it's going to look a little bit more tidy. Boop. Boop. And a boop. All booped. Now let's turn our attention back to this thing here. It's been doing quite a good job at keeping up with getting us a lot of EMC. But between episodes, I've been tinkering around with a little bit of something else that makes us much more EMC. I have been making the power flowers. And I have gotten all the way up to the blue power flower. You try saying that fast 10 times. Blue power flower. Blue power flower. Blue power flower. Anyway. Over here, I'm going to set up all of these blue power flowers with a watch of flowing time setup. So what I want to do is I'll put a guy here. I'll throw on the watch of flowing time, and I'm going to surround this in a 9x9 of these amazing blue power flowers. And the last one, booped. Now we speed this guy up, and you can see that we are producing almost 2 billion per second. Just for information's sake, this thing produces about 14 million. I'm going to say every 10 to 15 seconds. So needless to say, this thing is going bye-bye. Thank you for all your service. And let's throw all this stuff into our transmutation table because we're probably not going to need it again. Oh, also, in between episodes, I did take a little trip to the Twilight Forest because I needed to get some of these new saplings to decorate my islands. And I did start to decorate my Botania island. I made the golden pasture seed to turn this into a really nice looking golden grass. And I grew these thyme wood trees, but I didn't realize that the roots went down quite so far. But you know what? I'm not mad at it. It actually looks quite good. So we're going to leave it. So I just want to draw your attention to that. Oh, and we did some basic rudimentary Botania, which I will go through in a future episode, but we're probably not going to need Botania today. Also, a big thank you to Jeremy My Geesey 8283 for letting me know, which I should have really known, I mean I've made them before, that you can easily break the dark matter black behind me with the red matter pickaxe. So let's make that up now. We have a dark matter pickaxe, a red matter pickaxe. Much better. So after AFKing a little bit more, I think what I'm going to try and do is try and go up as far as I can in these power flowers. As far as I know, the 9 is fine. Poet. 10 seems to be fine. 11 seems to be fine. 12 is okay. 13 and... yeah, 14 is where it starts to go into ultimate crafting. And we're just a little bit away from ultimate crafting, so I'm going to go up as far as that, and that should get us tons and tons and tons of EMC. And maybe in a future episode, hopefully coming soon, we'll be able to make the transmutation interface. That's the goal. That is the goal. It looks like we're producing 7.4 trillion with a quadruple layer of orange MK13 power flowers. I actually think we might be able to get the EMC link for the storage system and probably get into ultimate crafting. I severely underestimated the power of the dark matter pedestal and the watch of flowing time. So let us see. We need to go from Colossal Star Ein to Zwei, Drei, Vier, Sphere, and Omega. 422 trillion seems a lot, but I think we already have 4 quadrillion. Let's go for it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We have to stop crafting.
One eternity later.
And I think this is the Colossal Star Omega. Yeah. That seems relatively easy. I thought that was going to be difficult. So basically all we have to do now is go through the crafting of each of these, and we have all of the matters. Yeah, like you're getting the transmutation interface. Ahaha, there we go. There's the piece I wasn't paying attention to. So I need to get 8 of those, which means I need 7 more. Looks like I'm going to be AFKing for a while. And after a short AFK session, we have everything needed to make the EMC transmutation interface. I honestly didn't think I would be getting it this episode. I'm gonna have to rethink what this episode's gonna be about. My brain. But first, let us connect this thing we spent so long making. Now, I can't remember if this is how it works. I'm going to assume it is. I put that here and put an external storage onto it. It should connect into my system. And I don't know if it needs priority, but I'm going to put it on a 10 priority. And hopefully everything that's been in my system now is in the storage system. Yeah, I have 2 billion wooden hose. Don't think I'm ever going to need 2 billion wooden hose, but I can make them if I want to. And while we're doing stuff with the storage system, why don't we finally get the wireless connected? So let us make one of these guys, a wireless crafting grid, a transmitter, a network receiver, a network transmitter upgrade. We will now put into our system to make sure that we can make more of them. Some range upgrades, a network card, and I think that's about it. So what we need to do is we need to get our transmitter hooked into one of these little cables here. I'm going to put it right here. Then we need to put down our network receiver. I'm going to put it... let's put it over here for the moment. Magnets on. Let's put it over here in our little island. So let's say here. And what we want to do is we want to get the network card. We want to sneak right click on this so that it says it is linked to -35 71.9. Then we travel back over to our transmitter. Pop this network card in. And that should be transmitting to 50 blocks away. Next thing we need to do is we need to go over to our flux controller. We need to enable wireless. So what we want to do is we want to the 2 armor slots, curio slots, and our hotbar, plus our offhand and our main hand. We want to enable wireless, and that should immediately start charging our crafting table or our crafting grid. And lastly, we simply shift right click this onto the controller, and we have a wireless storage system, which should work over here too. Let me do some Sherlock pause over here. Yes, it helps if you actually put on the wireless transmitter and put in the range upgrades. Sherlock pause cracks another case. So now that we have our wireless setup all around the islands, let's do a little bit of a recap about how we started this day and to where we are now. So when we started off, we were making about 14 million every 15 seconds. Now, we are making 16.77 trillion every second. So I don't think we're ever going to need to upgrade our cube of power flowers over there, I really don't think we'll ever need any more than we're going to make. So yeah, let's let's get into ultimate crafting. So, in order to get into ultimate crafting, we need to make singularities. And to make a singularity, we need to get a quantum compressor. Thankfully, I did craft up all these little bits and pieces earlier on. They're very, very, very simple. The black iron is just iron and black dye. These are just this kind of stuff crafted together. And then this is just the luminescence with diamonds, and luminescence is quite easy as well. To be honest, at this stage, if you have a mob farm, you can make all this. So let's make ourselves the quantum compressor. I'm going to just pop this over here for now. And let's put a flux point on the back. Provide this guy with power. And there we go. This quantum compressor is powered. Now the way this thing works is, if I want to make a singularity, I need to pump 10,000 ingots of bronze with an ultimate catalyst into this thing, and it will compress it down into a singularity. And I don't want to stand here putting bronze in for hours. So I think we're going to utilize something that we made today, the EMC links. Let's use number 9. I think that's plenty fast enough. Let's grab a item pipe, a wrench, and a netherite upgrade. Let's pop this guy here, this guy on top, the fastest upgrade. And then to make this pump the bronze in for me, I need to get 1 bronze ingot. Thankfully, they all have EMC values, and I just need to right-click this onto the thing, and it should start pumping in ingots. Then we just get one of the ultimate catalysts, throw that guy in this slot, make sure this is locked so that it doesn't give extra in, and then we wait. Thankfully, it's really fast with the number 9. I think with the final one, it would have just been almost instant. But yeah. So in no time at all, this is going to fill up to 10,000, and then it just takes a little bit of time for this thing to process into a singularity. Okay, maybe it's going to take quite a lot of time. Technically, we could set up 1 compressor for each of these with a drawer underneath and a downgrade upgrade for the drawers so that only a stack is going to be in each of them, and we never have to worry about singularities ever again. And thankfully, now that we don't have the power pots here taking up all of our energy, our 2 power reactors over here will be more than enough to run the entire thing here. So let me get that set up, and I'll be right back to you, and we can start getting into some ultimate crafting. And welcome back. I have each one of these set up to produce the singularities, which is happening quite nicely. Down below here, I have attached it to a drawer controller and a external storage, so it is available to my system. The only thing I need to do is I need to get this one done, and we don't seem to have any steel ingots. So we need to either get into immersive engineering, which I will never touch because I hate that mod so much, or Mekanism. First of all, we're going to need a metallurgic infuser. This guy here. And then we're going to need... Actually, I think we just need a metallurgic infuser. So let's pop you down. Pop a point on. Grab 1 iron ingot and 1 coal, or 2 coal. Pop the coal in there. That should turn this into an enriched iron ingot, or enriched iron dust. Like so. Then we put 1 more coal in, and this should turn into a steel dust. Like so. And we just pop it in there, and we have 1 steel. Make sure we learn that. Pop you up here, and there we go. All of our singularities are processing. And each of these has a downgrade, which means that only 1 stack can be in this drawer. Meaning we're not going to have thousands of these built up over time. I really doubt we're going to need thousands of these. So let's go back to earlier on in this episode, where we took a look at some of the creative items. Now I think out of all of these, the one that's most attainable at the moment, apart from maybe the Everlasting Guilty Pool, but the Creative Energy Cube. It's basically a lot of alloys and energy cubes, and these all seem to have EMC attached to them, apart from the ultimate singularity, which now that we have all of these, we can easily make using the ultimate crafting table. So let's get a mechanism setup done so we can get some of the alloys needed. Here, the creative energy cube. So to start off, what we need to do is, I've already done this, we need to put some redstone into the infuser area, which is this place here. Grab 1 iron and 1 osmium. And we can pop this guy in here, and this will turn the iron ingot with some redstone into an alloy, which is the basic alloy. So we have an infused alloy, and once again, we learn. And then again, putting an osmium in with some redstone, we get the basic circuit. Nice. And we pop that in. And I believe 2 of these and 1 of these make the advanced circuit. Next, we have to go through the next level of this guy, which is enriched diamond, using the infused alloy itself. So now we need to get another machine, the enrichment chamber, which is this guy. Up this guy down here. And in order to turn an infused alloy into a reinforced alloy, I need to somehow get some diamond into it. And that's what we use this for. So let's grab a diamond, pop it in here. That produces an enriched diamond. We can just dump this stuff because we have millions and billions of redstone. We don't need to keep that. Pop EU in here. And then we infuse this alloy with diamond. I'm not going to bother putting any of the upgrades and stuff in here because everything has an EMC value, so I'm not going to need a giant mechanism setup just to get into the energy cubes. There we go. Reinforced alloy. And learn. Now for the next one. We need to get some enriched obsidian. So let's grab 1 obsidian, put it in the enrichment chamber, which gives us obsidian dust, which we'll learn. Pop it in here with the remaining diamond. That gives us refined obsidian dust, learn. And then we just put the refined obsidian dust into here and turn it into a enriched obsidian dust, or well, an enriched refined obsidian dust. Dump this out, throw this guy in, and then we put this guy in, and that will give us our final alloy. Nice. And learn. And then you guessed it, we just use those to go up the different levels to get the ultimate control circuit. It really, really couldn't be easier. Sometimes think Project E is a little bit broken. So with just 2 basic mechanism machines, we're going to have enough to create the creative energy cube. That is insane. So let's see. We need 4 ultimate energy cubes, 8 elite, 12 advanced, and 16 basic, as well as a ton of atomic alloys and reinforced alloys, and 1 ultimate singularity. So let's get the final part that we need. We need 1 of these guys, the ultimate crafting table. And this is, again, just a that's really difficult to say. Sequential crafting operations. Nailed it. Starting off with the basic one, which is a crafting table. Turns into a basic crafting table. 2 basics turn into a gold, also known as advanced. 2 gold turn into the elite. And finally, 2 elites turn into the ultimate crafting table. So let's pop this guy down in the center and get 1 of each of these and make 1 of the ultimate singularities. 1, 2. All of you go in there. 1 ultimate singularity. Nice. Gotta love the serotonin sound. And now that we have the ultimate singularity, it's just a matter of crafting each of them and putting them into the table, and we should have the creative energy cube in episode 5 or 6. What episode am I on? So I'm going to start filling this guy up, and I'll get back to you right before we do the final craft. And I think with these, I have the recipe in for the creative energy cube. Wow. So it's, looks like all of our power worries are gone. And that means in 1 episode, we got basically unlimited EMC, ultimate crafting, and unlimited power in a single episode. Mystical Block is a very, very strange pack full of overpowered things. And I'm loving it. And if you're loving it, don't forget, click the like button, subscribe, and as of this week, I now have channel memberships on my YouTube channel. So if you want to become part of the Fuzzy family, don't forget, click the membership link. And also, check out my Discord. I I said do. I do Discord live viewing parties for people in the Discord. So if I'm just doing menial tasks around the island or on Vault Hunters or on Cobblemon, whichever series I'm doing at the moment, I just turn on the Discord and I let people chat and watch what I'm doing. Just think of it as like some sneak peek action behind the scenes. So until next episode, bye bye! And of course, a big thank you to Gimli, Rimstoner, Sturkat and Ferundos for being part of the Fuzzy family.